Hello, welcome to FHE on the Road with Christine Stevenson. This podcast is designed to connect the people and the places from the past with your lives today, with 5-minute stories and facts from church history. Save these stories for when you are traveling through these areas to bring history to life. Okay, welcome back to FHE on the Road with Christine. Today we're going to talk about the Founding Fathers appearing to Wilford Woodruff in the St. George Temple. I know that this was a really common story told back when I was growing up, but I don't feel like it's told as much anymore, and it is so good. So I love this story, and I hope you guys love it too. Wilford Woodruff said, for 2 nights, the signers of the Declaration of Independence appeared to him. They asked President Woodruff why he has had access to the temple for a couple months and had not done the work for them. At this point in history, the early saints were only doing work for themselves and the people in their own families who had passed away. So it was not common to do other people. I mean, it wasn't even a thing yet. So in that vision, Wilford Woodruff started a whole new chapter of temple work for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So Wilford Woodruff had to work very hard to find the names of the men who had signed the Declaration of Independence. It was not an easy task in the 1800s, as you can imagine, with no computers and just a lack of information. They just didn't have it accessible or easily accessible. So he found that. And then after finding the names of the signers, President Woodruff found the names of some more historical individuals in an effort to make it an even 100 people to be baptized for. One name ended up being repeated. So it only ended up being 99 people that they did from that vision. So a couple months later, in his conference talk, President Woodruff spoke about what had happened to him. And it is so powerful. I love this conference talk. So let me just read a snippet to you from it. So let's see. It was in April 1889. So it was a long time ago. Okay, so President Wilford Woodruff said, I am going to bear my testimony to this assembly, if I never do it again in my life, that those men who laid the foundation of this American government and signed the Declaration of Independence were the best spirits the God of heaven could find on the face of the earth. They were choice spirits, not wicked men. General Washington and all the men that labored for the purpose were inspired of the Lord. Oh, isn't that powerful? I love that. Okay, and then he goes on to say, another thing I'm going to say here, because I have the right to say it, every one of those men that signed the Declaration of Independence with General Washington called upon me as an apostle of the Lord Jesus Christ in the temple at St. George 2 consecutive nights and demanded at my hand that I should go forth and attend to the ordinances of the house of God for them. Men are here, I believe, that know of this. Brother John D.T. McAllister, David H. Cannon, and James S. Bleak. Brother McAllister baptized me for all those men, and then I told these brethren that it was their duty to go to the temple and labor until they had got all the endowments for all of them. And they did it. Would those spirits have called upon me as an elder in Israel to perform that work? If they had not been noble spirits before God, they would not. So that is a little snippet from his talk, and I love that. I think it's so interesting that even back in the day, people were wondering if they should believe that George Washington was a good person, that they should believe that the Declaration of Independence was inspired by God. And I'm sure it has been a thing since the very beginning, just not trusting and not believing that God's hand was involved in the foundation of this country. So anyways, I love that story. I love the reassurance that Wilford Woodruff gave. He's like, they would not have called upon me to do their temple work if they were not righteous individuals. It just wouldn't have happened. Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope that gave you some insight on the Founding Fathers and their purpose. Anyways, thanks. Thank you for listening to FHE on the road today. We hope you enjoyed what you've heard. Please like, subscribe, and share with anyone who'd be interested in these stories. Thanks.